is what it is.
So let's talk about the Europa League, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry, bro.
Okay, I know I've been watching a lot of videos of a lot of people analyzing the game this day and the other. I actually want to talk. I'm just going to use like 5 minutes to talk about how I feel about this whole thing.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to do any analysis on anything. I'm just going to look at my whole how I feel about how. I mean, let me actually be honest. You know, there has been this question a lot of people ask, a lot of other fans like, Arsenal are the most delusional club, this, then, the other. I don't think anybody's more delusional than Man United fans right now, really, because I was really thinking about this. I didn't really watch the game live, and I came back and I had to watch the game when everybody around me knew that we had lost it, and I was just hoping for like 90 minutes that we were going to win or equalize or something. And then that didn't happen. And I was just thinking, like, ever since I started supporting Man United, I think we have gone through more bad times than we have good times. I got into Man United when we were on top, like playing very, very good football with Ferguson, Ronaldo, Rooney, all the post goals, Ryan Giggs, and everything. And even a season that we don't do well, some of the times I remember, like in the early 2000s, one of my most painful times as a Man United fan was when we lost 2009 Champions League final against Barcelona,
Mm-hmm.
2011 against
Hey,
Barcelona.
did you see Messi's interview where he said that he's go against
Yeah,
United?
he has said it too many times actually. That
Wow.
the goal against us was his favorite goal because at that time we didn't see Messi as a person who could head the
Yeah.
ball in and he jumped, he even lost his shoe and was able to tilt the ball up and he celebrated holding his foot up. I really remember that celebration. And I remember how terrible I felt on that day. But like I have grown up more since that time and I have watched more football. I think I've grown into the game more now than I was at that time. And nothing is more painful than seeing how the team is. When I say Man United, I'm not going to say all the fans, but me as a fan, I think I've been very delusional in my expectations of what I think the club could give me. Is I always think we could do better. I always thought that things could change for the better when we had David Moyes, who was seventh place. We didn't even let him finish the season. We were like, get off. We need Louis Van Gaal. He comes and then we kick him out. Mourinho comes, gets us second, says his most best achievement, 2017, we win the Europa League and we kick him out. We bring in, um, who did we even bring in? Ole. Ole comes. I'm one of the people who called him a PE teacher because I felt we were not playing good football at that time. You know, and it just went on and on. And the thing is,
Before you continue, looking back, I think you played some of your best football that way.
yes, we did play some of our best football. Actually, in most recent years, we have played. Ole made us play the football that we were all happy with. Ole was a person who saw the brilliance in Bruno and brought him in our team and just changed our season that time. Right now, when you look at those were the glory days, really. And I really sometimes think about it and I'm like, we really have nothing to show for when we say the biggest teams in Europe. The only thing we had was we had the same titles as Liverpool and they have overtaken us now. The last time we won the Champions League was in 2008. The previous time was in 1990. I only saw the 2008 one. So in my lifetime, or since I started really watching football, I've seen Man United succeed in Europe at the high stage once. And that was, well, 18 years ago. And the other time was 2017, and that was what 8 years ago in the Europa League final. And ever since, we have regressed. And I'm like, where do we really get off thinking that we are one of the best teams in England now? Like, what do we do? It's like when you really watch Man United, you decide to watch football, and every single time you watch your team and they do this, and you keep on watching, you support the team, and when it really matters, this is what happens. It's like I don't really want to go into the technicalities of how we play our football and everything, but I'm just looking at my whole journey as a Man United fan. It's been terrible, and I think we really need to look in the mirror and really ask ourselves this question. We are not a big team anymore. We haven't been a big team for a long time. And I remember sitting here one time saying that if we had won the Europa League, we would have had a no. Last season, the only reason we got into the Europa League was because we won the FA Cup. The only reason we would have gotten into the Champions League was if we had won the Europa League. And any Man United fan who has really watched this season's games and everything, delusional really to think that we could have beaten Spurs. We have not beaten them this season. Last season, Spurs played the game without most of their best players and played a game in a way that he usually wouldn't like to play. He just saw that it's just Man United. I can get a goal in. Richarlison, I was watching the game and most of the players who aren't really that good turn out to like really, really show up in our games. And I really, really saw our lowest point when after the game, I was really thinking we should have made Harry Maguire the captain, sorry, the striker much sooner. And I'm like, what am I saying? Why is it that I am saying that if Harry Maguire had come on as a striker much sooner, it would have been better for us? What are we? Harry Maguire, a couple of years ago, we were bashing this guy. We needed to get him out of our team, this and the other. And now we are saying that in the presence of Zagzi, who was probably not match fit, Hoyland, a lot of other players, we would have rather preferred Maguire up front and would have had something better. It's like, is that what we've been reduced to now? It's like now we have to pray and hope that a defender can play as a striker much earlier for us to get in goals. Like, what are we doing? This season has been one of the most, not worst seasons, but disgraceful seasons with the cash cutbacks. We couldn't even support Garnacho for him to go, and he was nominated for the Pushkas Award. We couldn't even send him there. He had to join some other team to go. Our staff couldn't even get into the semi-final and final away games because we couldn't pay for them. And we didn't get Europe. We have been the worst team in the Premier League this season. The only team that have been better than us have been relegated. The team that we are above now beat us in the Europa League final. We are going to play Aston Villa on Sunday. I don't think any person believes that we are going to win this game. We know that we are going to be 17th. Nobody has this. We are going to finish the season with 39 points. The last time we finished the season with it was I think 59 points or something, and we thought it was the worst season ever. Like now we have really gotten 39 points out of 38 games. It is almost like I don't know. It's it's just the reality of it all. We are not a big team anymore, and I'm actually I think I need to reevaluate my where I put my where I really, really place. I'm never going to not be a Man United fan, of course, but I think we can manage our expectations. In my life, right, I have always lived by a few principles, not a lot. Like, I never really expect anything from anybody, right? Like, don't expect somebody to be there for you all the time, much less in a situation you cannot control. As fans, we can't really control what happens in our team. We can only watch and then hope that they do well. Because when they do well, we feel good. And when we feel good, we support the fan base more. And I saw how powerless I was, like watching the game and then thinking back into all the times that we have been playing football, all the things that I would sit here, talk, and I can't even affect anything that we do in our team. So what's really the point of throwing your energy behind something like that? I think it's probably better to be more laid back. See ourselves as maybe we're Wolves, maybe we're Fulham. No disrespect to those teams, but I'm sure that if they get something like um, top 10 in the Premier League, they are happy, or they qualify for Europe. Crystal Palace won their first ever trophy in
Yeah, it's
their
true.
history this season, and you could see the elation on that. Like they really, really felt they had fought for something. And I just imagine myself as if I was a Crystal Palace fan and this is what I had seen. It would really mean something to me. My United fans, we have had good seasons in the last 12 years, and we have taken it for granted. And now this is what we have now. I think anybody would really wish we had, even our last season, anybody would rather take last season over this season. Any of the seasons we have seen in living memory has been better than what we have been doing this season. And this is when we are in the world of like Lamine Yamal. Salah is putting up performances. Kevin De Bruyne is retiring from football. Arsenal are putting up really, really great football, but they are not winning a trophy. And we keep on saying that we are better than this. No, we are not. The only people we are better than are not in the league anymore. I think when next season starts, we really can't say that we are this or that because everybody in the league who had remained with us in the league has been better than us. And that is just it. So I guess I'm going to end by saying that it's just how it is now. I'm not going to say we should sack this person or do this person or that. It doesn't really make any sense. There's nothing I can do to affect how our team performs. I guess now I just have to manage my expectations of how the team plays, not expect too much from the team. Let's see what happens because it's been disappointing. The team has let the fans down. I sometimes think about all the people that had to travel to their away games, and I'm like, wow, people pay for this all the time. People do
Mhm.
this. I only do my small part by paying for subscription fee by watching the game and maybe buying our jerseys. That is all. But there are people who have season tickets going to all the games and they have to live through this disappointment. People who live in England and they have to listen to the banter of other teams and everything. Tottenham had been the laughing stock of everything and we just handed them that trophy. It felt like I had been feeling like this for a long time. So every team feels like they can beat us whenever they meet us. And Tottenham just did that. And yeah, all the stuff we laugh about, really, we deserve. Seriously, it looks like we have been made fools of ourselves. We can't really say anything. We can't brag about anything anymore. I actually don't think it is right for any Man United fan to sit here and talk about our history because if we do that, then we could say Nottingham Forest have bigger history than this and the other. But no, nobody will sit here and say that Nottingham Forest is a better team than Arsenal or anything because they have won a Champions League before. No, and that's basically what we do when we do that. When we say that we are a better team than some of the best teams in the league now, it's basically like we are Nottingham Forest saying that we are better than all of these things. When Nottingham Forest are actually doing good. Right now, if Nottingham Forest says it, they even have the right to say because they are doing very well this season. But in the position we are in, we don't have the right to say anything. I actually feel that I don't have the right to say anything. So that's the thing. The season has been a failure. It's been the worst season ever. I think next moving on from here, I'll manage my expectations on that. And then, like I was saying a couple of months back, I watch football and try to enjoy it and not really put, especially behind Man United. I'm always going to love Man United, but it has come to the point where I don't expect us to really do anything unless, of course, we start seeing some real commitment from everybody in the team, players, managers, owners, everything, because it's just against us. Do you get what I mean?
Mhm.
It's more of a thing against us than everybody. So that's all. And that's all I'll say. I'm going to check if the thing is recording.
Oh,
It is. I
oh,
actually hope it wasn't recording by this.
oh. I mean, you can put it out.
Oh no, 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 it's fine, it's
You
fine.
can
I'll add it in.
call it in. You can make it a separate video. Anyone.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'll make this a separate video from the prediction. But yeah, that is it. So do you have anything to say about the Europa League?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even a United fan, but I feel your pains. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, because I think it's a lot. It's a lot of things going on. Number one, I've always said it. I didn't want anybody to win that Europa League final because I had absolutely no investment or interest in the source of Tottenham or source of United. But I just felt, based on previous statistics, it leaned more in favor of Tottenham because it's been a while you guys beat Tottenham. That was the only reason why I felt Tottenham were going to win. Because
Hmm.
something similar happened when City faced Chelsea in the Champions League final, I think about 4 years ago. That season, City had played Chelsea about three times prior and they lost. They lost all of them 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. That's or maybe 2-1 or something. So it was very likely. And after Tuchel came in, because Tuchel came in midway,
Hmm.
after Tuchel came in, they played City already twice after Tuchel came in. And they lost both games. So I was like, a miracle is not going to happen in the Champions League final. If someone has beaten you twice already this season, very likely was going to win. So that was why I felt Tottenham were going to win. But I mean, it's a final, it's 50-50. Anything can happen. But honestly, I don't even think you guys did enough. I think that was what was most painful for United
Hmm.
fans because Tottenham had only one shot on target and they had more XG than you guys. So everybody knows this is not even the way Ange plays. It was just like, you know what, I'll just sit it out. There's nothing to fight for. They had zero shots on target throughout the second half. They didn't even bother to attack. They just sat there, moved the ball in the air, and waited for something to happen. But hey, congratulations to Tottenham, by the
Yeah,
way.
congrats.
Yeah,
They deserved to win.
I think they did
Yeah,
deserve
they
it.
deserved.
They did deserve it. I'm happy for them because if I were to be a Tottenham fan also, I'll be very happy. As much as I don't like it to happen, when it has happened, you just have to congratulate
Hmm.
them. I wish them the best. I hope this is not the end, but the beginning of very good things for them also. I want technically you want other clubs to be successful as long as they don't banter you too much. But generally speaking, I'm really happy for Tottenham. I think it's been long coming. And to think that it will come in this season. Well, good luck to them. Speaking of United, uh, I don't even know. We've been saying this thing for more than 2 years, 3 years. We've been saying this for a very long time because We were like, when you guys won the Carabao Cup 2 seasons ago, when you won the FA Cup, we
The
were
bit
like,
of the
these
cracks.
things are papering over. They are just papering over the cracks. Like the real problems are there, and it's almost as if it's like you're in a quicksand. Like the more you struggle, the more you sink. So the club is trying to salvage the situation, but it is not working. Honestly, because for example, they got out Ten Hag, they got in Amorim. Everybody wanted Amorim. You guys were happy you got Amorim, but it's not working out. This guy will be leaving Leverkusen at the end of the season.
Ten Hag
Ten
is
Hag
going to
is taking
Leverkusen.
over. I won't be surprised if Ten Hag makes it at Leverkusen. I feel like United has a bigger problem beyond this coach is good, this coach is bad. I think that because almost every coach that has come in there, things have been getting worse. And if you change your coach one, two, three, four times and it is not working out, there's a bigger problem.
And sorry to cut you
Yeah, no,
off.
that's
It's not
fine.
just the coach. It's like every player
Yeah,
that in this period we have said is not good enough to play in our team is doing better. We've had even the most glaring ones with Anthony, with Chris
yeah.
Smalling, with Rashford, even his small stint at Villa.
Scott McTominay.
Everybody seems to find themselves when they leave our team. There has to be there is something wrong.
It's a culture. I think it's a cultural thing. Something is wrong with the culture at United. Not to make it an Arsenal stuff, but when Ateta came in, it, there are still some channels I listen, some Arsenal channels I listen to that up till today they still make reference to his first interview. Ateta's first interview, if you have time, you can go and listen to it. He said a couple of things, and one of the things he said, it's majority of what he said in that interview had nothing to do with football. Honestly, had nothing to do with tactics. Go up here, three at the back. No, it was about the current state of the club and the culture. A lot of things that needed to be fought and flushed out. So I think there's a lot of cultural problems. Look at many of these. Look at Rashford. I mean, yeah, he has had his injuries now, even that. But even before then, the way he was playing at Villa, I'm like, it's been a long time, almost 3 years. I saw
Yeah.
Rashford play like that. So it was when he was doing his contract renewal.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him do like that at United. So I think there's a bigger problem playing now. And I think above all of that, a new problem coming out now is you guys are in a big financial problem.
Yeah.
You're in a big financial situation. I was reading, I saw it this morning that you guys have just a little over 35 million to spend on transfers this season. Honestly, that can take the club absolutely nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You would need to sell a lot of players to
We
make the
do.
money to. And the thing is, because of the performance, the value of the players will drop.
Mm-hmm.
So people are other clubs are getting good players from you at a cheap price because these players are really good. Honestly, these players are really good. That's the thing. So I don't know. I don't know, but if there's any advice I have, not like I'm in a position to advise United or what to do, but I think they've been saying it for a while. But I think you guys need a total rebuild. The truth is, you started something similar last season on that thing, like when you got to know these young players like in Euro, Mazraoui, Ugarte, and all of that. And that was supposed to be the template or the platform to start building many of these other positions. Oilon, Zexi, bro, I feel bad, honestly, because some of these players also they've not performed to
Mm-hmm.
their level, especially Oilon. I would say that Oilon has not. It's a lot of work that needs to be done, but I think at this point now, the most important thing is forget about the trophies. Honestly, I I would still say it, if you guys have won a trophy, I think you always want to take a trophy over every other team, even though it papers over the cracks.
Yeah,
Take
but you see how devastating it is now since
it
we
is
didn't
now.
win.
The thing with the trophy is that it's 50-50 because if you lose it, it's not even 50-50, it's 90-10. Because it's either you win the trophy and then you win the 90, or you lose the trophy and then it's just back to ground zero. So now the most important thing now is getting yourself back in the league because at the end of the day, the biggest indicator of your progress as a club is your league position. Over 38 games,
Mm-hmm.
your league position does not lie. Over 38 games. And the truth is over 38 games, you guys have been one of the worst teams, like you said, apart from those that are relegated. So I think if there's any coach that needs to rebuild, I hope it is Amorim. I don't know if he's going to be the one.
Yeah,
Now,
he's going. I mean, the club is sticking with him, and I like us. I don't have any problem with it. It's just we just have to
yeah,
see
you guys
what we
finished
are now.
what was the position
Hey,
last season? Eighth. Now the thing is, if Amorim does a good job next season, and you guys finish eighth. It's like, oh wow, he brought in his players, he did eight, blah, 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 which should be very
it's an
good.
improvement, really,
That's an
because this
improvement.
is this is bad.
This is bad. This is bad. If by let's say by December of this year, That's midway through the season. You guys are still languishing around these numbers. I think he has to go because these numbers, his number, to be fair, I don't know if it's a coaching problem, but Amorim's numbers are off. Like his numbers are terrible. I hope he gets the players he wants and does whatever magic he wants to do. But those numbers need to improve. Those numbers need to improve. Uh
5 wins,
5 wins. 5 wins. And
20.
about three of them are against the lower teams. So it's I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
6 wins, 6 draws, 14 losses in
14
the Premier
losses.
League.
14
Yeah,
losses.
bro.
You can barely beat a Premier League team.
Yeah, 14 losses. Yeah, man. Sorry, I cut you off again.
No, it's fine. I'm done. I'm really hoping you guys can figure it out. I think this season was if Amorim had come earlier, you guys would have been in a relegation fight.
I think so.
I hope it doesn't get to that next season because it is going to be hectic. If you guys are in the serious relegation battle next season, that is going to be terrible. That is going to be terrible. That is going to be terrible. So he needs to figure it out.
Mhm.
He needs to figure it out. He needs to figure it out. I hope he does. We'll be here. We're actually also. I really don't know why you guys are even going to cope in the summer. You need to significantly cut off your wage bills because PSR is beginning to loom now against you guys because of the. You barely made much money. Oh, but you guys are still United, so you make a lot of money from merchandise.
I'm always going to buy those merchandise. Not me, man. I'm not buying anything. I'm not supporting this show.
It's a difficult situation, honestly. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I'm not going to lie. I mean, technically, you are not going to lie. Also, Tottenham are in a similar situation, but
They are better than that. The thing is, I'm not. I don't worry. I don't mind. Tottenham has been the laughing stock of the Premier League.
yeah,
Really, they have been the team that have always been bottling things and everything. But to say that they, do you think Tottenham are worrying about their league position right now? Tottenham knew
they are not.
they just wanted a
They
trophy for the
wanted a
last
trophy.
17 years,
Yeah,
and they beat us and took it. Every Tottenham fan doesn't care about their Premier League position, and I'm sure that Ange is probably going to do better next season. They have
definitely,
Champions League next season.
definitely.
Their situation is very different from us. We have really, when the season started, it's not just me. A lot of Man United fans thought that we were getting into the top four. Top four would have been the minimum for us. Top four, we are in the bottom four. Top four would have been the minimum for us, but it looks like we're going to finish in the bottom four. So I don't think.
Yeah, I wanted to show you something. Number one, by the way, just as a little bit of good news,
Hmm.
Nottingham Forest went from 17th to 7th in 1 year. So I think it's possible. It's actually possible. You guys just need to you guys are still a big team. So these things are the way you guys felt this season. I think it's possible to also just rise again.
Mhm.
But looking at Tottenham, for example, Tottenham's problem, even looking at their playing style, their problem is very evident. They are scoring goals. Tottenham and Arsenal have the same. Oh, okay, not the same. We've scored just 4 goals more than Tottenham. Tottenham are scoring goals. Tottenham's problem, obviously, is their defense.
Mhm.
63 goals, 61 against. So everybody knows that if Tottenham wants to fix their problem, their attack is doing well. Their attack is a top six attack. All they just need to do is fix their defense, get better defenders, get better defensive coaching, and all of that. If Ant played the way he played in the final against a lot of teams in the Premier League, Tottenham will be far ahead. So I think Tottenham are fine. They're going to fix their problems. But at the same time, also, if they had lost the final, this league position would have hurt them really hard.
Mhm.
Really hard.
Mhm.
So, but you guys have a minus 12.
Goal difference.
Yeah, 42 goals,
Mhm.
54 again. So it's like a two-pronged. You are strong. And the fact that about half of your goals came from one person.
Yeah.
Take Bruno out of these 42 goals. It's I think he has 19 goals, 19 assists
Wait, let me
this
check.
season. Maybe it's all comes. I think that should be all comes. 19 goals, 19 assists. That's one player in a team with 42 goals. In a team with 42 goals in the league. That so you guys have a lot of problems. You guys have a lot of problems. The attack, the players are not the tactics are not working.
Yeah, nothing is working in
The
our
tactics are
team,
not
bro.
working.
Nothing is working. So Bruno has 8 goals, 10 assists in the Premier
In
League
the
this
Premier
season.
League, that's a lot.
And yeah, so he has 19 in all competitions.
Yeah.
And that is he's our best player.
He is.
And I mean
He
that
is.
is we are okay with
I saw
that.
a lot of people berating him after the final. I'm like, honestly,
No, that was
I'm
just
not
one
I'm
game,
not
man.
even a United
That's
fan,
just
but
one game.
I can't bash Bruno.
No, of course not.
Honestly, because if a player has single-handedly carried the season up to this point, I can't come out here and bash him. If anybody is to take a blame for that final, I would say it's the coach.
It is the coach, really.
Yeah, I
It
would
is
say
the
it's the
coach.
coach. His tactics didn't work out,
Mm.
and he had enough time to fix it, but he couldn't.
And beating tactically, and that was it.
Yeah,
That was just it.
uh, I don't know, man. Honestly, I think you guys, yeah, it needs a rebuild. It needs a rebuild, but I think it is doable. I think it is
Right
doable.
now, the players that we were planning on getting, apart from Cunha, who we were able to sort of
So you guys have
finish up.
sealed the deal with
No,
who?
I feel that is going to work
Yeah, I
because
think
there has been an
they
agreement
did
in
mention that he
principle.
said that
It doesn't matter
even
what
if you win
happens.
or lose, that it's going to come.
Yeah, but Turkey and then maybe a better striker and everything.
I
I
think
don't
you
know.
guys can still get Liam Delap.
Liam Delap was the second choice if we were going to get a better striker like
Who was the first
Gyökeres.
choice? Okay, Gyökeres.
And now
I
we
think
just have
it
to
will
look
be
at Delap now.
difficult to pull
Yeah,
Gyökeres.
we can't.
Honestly, should I be sincere with you? I don't even think you guys should go for Gyökeres. I think we should go for Delap.
We can't go for it. We don't have the money, man. It's going to be Delap. Delap will come.
Yeah,
We just have to take it.
Delap is Premier League proven. There's still a risk with Gyökeres because although a lot of your game will still be counter-attacking based, so Gyökeres would have worked out for you guys. But honestly, I think I would take a Delap
Hmm.
for you guys than Gyökeres right now. It doesn't need any time to bed in. It doesn't need, and because you guys don't want a player that will take another 8 months. Like, if he stays fit, Leandela walks into the team and starts scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
If he scores 15 goals in the season, that is good enough.
Well, that I mean, who has got 15 goals for us this season?
That is good
Nobody
enough.
has.
So I think the rebuild is possible.
It
I think it's
is, but
possible.
it's too painful.
It's
This is the
painful.
worst.
It's painful. Honestly, it's painful to watch. Damn.
Wow, but congratulations to Tottenham.
Yeah,
Congratulations to Son. They did well.
they did well. They
Yeah,
did well. I
they
think
have fought for it.
it's been long. It's been long coming. They lost the Champions League final to Liverpool the other time, and yeah, fate was on their side this time around. So
It would not have been fair even if we won to Tottenham because we really didn't deserve to win. Watching the game, as I was getting into the end of the game, the 56, 66, the only chance we got Hoyland heading it and then Bergval
yeah,
clearing
they
it.
even
Or
had
was
a
it
bigger
Van der
chance.
Ven clearing it?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, they had a chance. Yeah, that chance from Van der Ven clear, that was a good one.
but that was from nowhere. I'm like, so is that it? Was that all we could do? Just that we couldn't do anything else. The thing that pains me most is 10 games when on Game Week 28, our coach came out and said the Premier League doesn't matter anymore. We are going to focus everything on the Europa League because it's the only game that matters. Everybody, so we threw away the last 10 games to focus everything on the Europa League, right? And then the Europa League final comes, and we show this. I really sometimes when I hear how some Man United fans talk about this thing about Garnacho said this and the other. I mean, if you were Garnacho and you had played every single game in the Europa League, and then in the final they bench you for Mason Mount, who had only just come back from injury, how would you feel? I mean, come on, they bench you for Luke Shaw, who has been the most absent player in our team since Mourinho's time. How would you feel?
I mean, Mourinho called out Luke Shaw during his match.
Imagine
That was almost 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Some people have been just taking money for no reason. It's like that's why I have to evaluate my real like somebody like Luke Shaw. Does he really get as much affected by some of these things that we go through? I mean, how would you compare how Lucia feels against a season ticket holder? I
Yeah,
was listening to one person who had to take a train for 4 hours, go to this place, do that just to go to the Bilbao final, stand in the bleachers, almost see nobody, and after that they have to go and pay like 3,000 for hotel bills and then all the way back to their account. Do you
and
think
back.
it between him and who do you think it really bothers the most? He gets paid,
Yeah, he gets paid,
so
and others are spending their own money.
yeah,
Some are getting paid, others are spending their. I think. Speaking of, see, I think many of the rebuild you guys have been doing over the years has just been getting new players. A lot of players need to go. A lot of the Luke Shaws, a lot of players have gone already actually. But a lot more still need to go. You need to get in a lot of players. I think it's just about starting. Look at what PSG did, for example. I mean, PSG, they are starting from a different, or they are viewing it from a different vantage point. But when they let a lot of these big players go, I mean, you guys don't even have big players in your team anymore. But
mm,
when a lot of this, they just start, get some kids I think that might be the route to go. Like some kids that are actually hungry to play football, and a coach that can actually coach those kids. I don't know if
Yeah.
Amorim is that person. It's not about signing big names, honestly. Just sign some players that are ready to run around, do everything, fight for every ball. It's a massive rebuild, but you get that's the route you guys need to go. It
Yeah,
might
man.
take 2 years, but the truth is, if the team is progressing, you even if you guys go trophyless, you will be happy because you are like, I see these guys every time I watch them. I see them put in the effort. I see that they are trying, even if they don't achieve it. You are like, I'm proud of this. I want to be a part of this. I associate with this club. I see what they are trying to do. This is impressive. That's all. That's all. Honestly, that's all.
I heard somewhere Amorim had over 100 or something press conferences. It came to Man United, always talking about this, then the other. I'm like, bro, you've only been here since October. How do you have over 100 press conferences? I really wish from next season we would just keep our head down, just no expectations. I feel that most of the time our team is managed in the media and every single thing, everybody has something to say about the team. Everybody has an opinion. And then we end up with the English faithful players in our team. And then the better players sort of leave. I feel like the players that the media sort of crucify are the ones that end up leaving our teams. And then they find themselves in another team and they realize, okay, they can play football. I think I've also had a bit of a reality check. Players are just like people. If players don't feel the support from the
Yeah,
fans
they don't
and everybody
give
else,
that
they are not
much.
able to give them. I really, really admire the way the Betis fans treat Anthony. They really make him feel at home. I really hope that if they can keep him, they do, so that he's able to play well for them. I really don't want him to come into the toxic situation in our team.
Yeah.
And I really hope for the best for most of the other people. I mean, they are people first before anything. So we should also treat
Look
them.
at this guy, Anthony Elanga.
Elanga too. He's having the
He's
time of
very
his
happy at
life.
Nottingham Forest. And he has more apart from Bruno, he has more goal contributions than almost every
Yeah,
United
bro.
fan. So at the end of the day, I think it's obvious to see that these players these players are not bad. I think this thing you just talked about now probably brings another perspective, which I feel like Manchester United suffers from the most, especially the scrutiny of the press. Uh in the sense that I feel when the press bashing teams, English press bashes everything. I think especially Arsenal probably suffers that the most. But I think the pressure that your players get, because majority of these pundits, they are ex Man United players. So like all these Roy Kings, I don't think they're helping the players, honestly, because when the pundit comes out and then up publicly antagonizes you, criticizes you, attacks not just you as a player, but you as a person, attacks your personality, calls you a lot of terrible names. Those things affect you. And then when you wear the same shirt again to represent that same club, it would affect the way you turn up, the way fans lump on players, because you see the same players, they go to other teams, and you say that they want to do something.
Hmm.
Uh, Honestly, it begs the question that what exactly is going on within that United space? Like, what's that's why I said something has to be done with about the culture also. Maybe it's about protecting the players more from the because you can't control what the public says. They will always say these things. These people, it's a public platform. They say whatever they want to say, but maybe having an in-house control of what the players can interact with, how to keep their head down, and just play their football, ignore what these people are saying, and all of that. Because yeah, I mean, I've seen Anthony do things I've not seen him do since he was at Ajax,
Ajax.
and I'm like, wow. I mean, I don't know because it's difficult. The thing with wingers is that it's not really they are not true. Most of I think the position that is least affected by team tactics is a winger because majority of the time when the team needs you to do your work, you will be isolated 1v1.
Hmm.
So it's either you are good or you are not good. It's either you beat your man or you don't beat your man. Anthony was barely beating his man at United.
Yeah.
And it's still the same 1v1 isolation case. They give you the ball, run with it. Well, I see him doing almost the same thing at
And
Betis.
more.
Yeah, cutting in and
Flick, set
shooting, taking freaks. I'm
pieces.
like, wow. Like, he's playing with this freedom and confidence. Like, yeah, I am here. I'm like, wow, bro. I didn't see you do that at United. So, that was under two coaches. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I really hope Garnacho, when he goes to either Napoli or Chelsea, he's going to really, really become a great player there. He's going to become a, because Garnacho is somebody who I feel he has a very he has
He has the
Uh,
fundamentals.
Fundamentally, he has the mentality. He's very strong mentally. He doesn't let a lot of things get to him, and if he's having fun, he can really, really do well. Sometimes I feel the only thing comes when he feels he's not really supported or he feels that he is not believed in. I mean, nobody is able to perform well if the people he's performing for do not really believe he can do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why I feel most of the players that leave our team go. The crucifixion we gave to Scott McTominay, Fred, Anthony, just to name a few, Chris Smalling, so many players, Lukaku. We wish we had a striker like Lukaku in our team now. Lukaku could have won us the trophy. Lukaku could have actually, the goals Lukaku had given us in the past could have taken us maybe into the top 10 or something like that. But we don't have that anymore. And all of that, it's probably because of maybe how we treat certain players, and we are just regressing. We just keep regressing. Every season is worse than the previous. And that's just how it is. Like you always think. I remember how when we were seventh, when Moyes came, I was like, "What is this? I had never seen something like this
Seventh,
before."
like
I
what?
remember last season when we were eighth, I was like, "The worst season we have ever had." And like, look, it's like, bro, life moves on. Life is
Yeah.
long. A lot of things can change. A lot of things can change. You think, no, you don't own anything. Everybody is not impervious to anything. Other people are also practicing, doing well. They also want your position.
Yeah, they want your position. They want it. I'm like, for any team that falls out now, to break back in is going to be hard. It's not impossible.
Hmm.
It's just going to be difficult because there are a lot more things that you need to push off. And these things are getting stronger also. They're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. They have more money. It's difficult to poach players. Now, if Newcastle gets Champions League football, almost nobody can get Isak from them. Do you know that kind of flex?
Yeah.
That nobody can poach Isak from a club that barely has any other thing apart from they have the money, because, and it's true, they have the money to pay Isak, and then
Hmm.
they have the best or second best striker in the league,
Yeah.
and they're not even a perennial top four team, and you
Hmm.
can't push that player off them. So these teams are getting stronger and stronger. It's becoming more and more difficult, but it's still possible. I feel like what gives me the hope is that I see what Nottingham Forest did last season. Now this season, I'm like, if they can do that within 1 year,
Yeah.
it's possible. Even if it's not top four, top six, if it's top eight, it starts from there, or
Yeah. It
top
starts
10.
from there. Right now, it is
It
the
needs to.
bar is very low now
The bar
for
is very
us
low.
to do well.
Anything lower than this is relegation.
Yeah. Anything lower
Anything,
than
I
this
mean,
relegation.
basically anything lower than this is relegation. Imagine Man United gets it, bro. Oh my god.
All right, well,
Yeah,
that's
let's
all I'll
wrap
say
it.
about it. So, yep,
Oh
we'll meet again, talk about the Conference League final, how it went, and then look at our teams and
yeah,
our performances in the Fantasy Premier League. I really hope I'm able to get some silver lining out of this whole cloud thing. Get my captaincy choices right so I can get some more points.
hopefully.
Yeah, get a green arrow or something.
Yeah, a massive winner will do.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good for me. It would be a leg up for me, really, mood lifter. But thank you guys for joining us, sticking with us for all this time. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.